Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night speedrunning here on the Nick RP stream. Wahoo! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all. I hope you're all well. Hope you're doing. You're having a good, good evening. Hope you've been having a good week. And you know that you're well, hey, bum 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 bum.
Caro Brisby just subscribed. Wahoo!
Thank you, Caro. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Nice, nice start. Time for a world record attempt. You got to be fucking kidding. World record attempt. This is my first. These are gonna be my first runs. But you never know. We'll see what happens. So I've ran into a slight snag, which is really annoying because on last week's stream when I was learning this, we talked about Plywood jumped on and he advised me, and I'd already thought about it, that I should really run this on DuckStation, run the emulated version rather than the Master Collection version, because then I can create save states and go back and do stuff, and that would be make life a lot easier. So that's what I've done. I've set up DuckStation. It's if you're watching the standard stream, not the shorts, then DuckStation is now running and it's all ready to go. The problem is the auto splitter doesn't work for it. I've opened up the log for it. And there's some sort of there's a sequence that contains no matching element in the update section, which is really weird. I was always under the impression that this worked, and it's been working for a very long time. Unless it's that there's a newer version of DuckStation that screws it over. I have no idea, but yeah. So I'm not sure whether to I could stick with it and just. I don't have to manually. I certainly don't want to have to manually split. I haven't actually tested yet to see if the Master Collection failed. Let's I'm going to open the Master Collection and see what happens. The only thing is that on the vertical setup that I've got, where there's I've got the control. I've got the item or the weapon that I'm currently using, it's slightly different on emulator than it is on the Master Collection. So yeah, I'm gonna open the Master Collection up and we'll try playing that one instead. But yeah, I'm surprised because this version's always been very solid. The ASL for Metal Gear Solid 1 has always been solid, so I'm surprised when I booted it up and it's like, oh, it's not working. That's very strange. So anyway, we'll give this a go instead, and we'll just sort of, get through it, I guess, in this way instead. So you will have to bear with me whilst I make a couple of adjustments. So game selection, we want integral main story. Anyway, let's hop on over to the correct scene, shall we? On the flip side. Alrighty. First things first, we want to get rid of we do need to get rid of that there background Whopper-chang. I think what I actually need to do to make this work, so I am gonna load a save state first. Well, I say load a save state. I'm gonna load a game. I do have some. Hang on. Wow. There we go. So I think the reason for it, because if you're watching the vertical stream now, you'll see that the chaff grenade is completely out of position. So I think all it is, I just need to. There's black bars at the top and the bottom of the game, which it'd never been a problem, so I'd not really dealt with it. But we can quickly crop those out. So I just need to crop the top a little bit further. That looks about right. And then crop the bottom. And that looks about right. In fact, I also need to crop the left a little further. There we go. That'll do. It's still not quite. Let me see if I can quickly just fix. I should be able to just quickly fix. Oh, that's not right. There we go. That'll do. I think. No, that's still not quite right. Just move that up a bit and nudge it down a little bit. There we go. That works. All sorted. Any and every attempt could possibly be a world record, though. I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. But it's very, very unlikely. Let's just make that clear. I am very, very unlikely to get a world record on my very first. I mean, I've done it before. I should say I have got world records on my first attempts at things, but usually that's not on a brand new. Well, it's a sort of a brand new run. Like the best example I've got is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Very easy all dog tags. I got the world record on my first ever attempt. Now, I had been doing very easy for a very long time. So when it came to, I learned where all the dog tags were, and then I did a run, and I got world record. That, you know, the only other time I've got world record on my first attempt is because there hasn't been a world record already. Which, you know, that also happens quite often because I play some quite obscure games. You may have heard. If you follow me on Twitter or if you're on... Oh, hey, Play. If you follow me on Twitter or if you're on the Discord server, I broke a world record last night. I've got a few marathon runs coming up. I'm running for Preventathon 3 and Power Up with Pride. And both of those I have got Mini Ghost any % into. I'm trying to remember which way around it is. Oh, there's that guy. Preventathon... I've got Mini Ghost on backup, and Power Up with Pride, I'm running Mini Ghost. So I figured I should probably have a quick crack at, a refresh of Mini Ghost. I hadn't done the speed run for a little while, and also any speed runs of Mini Ghost I'd done, recently had been 100% instead of any %. So I had a quick crack at at that, and I did reset at one point because RNG was really, really against me and it was horrible. But yeah, the first full attempt I did, new world record by 14 seconds. So that was pretty cool. Right, let's reset this game and let's get started. This is now, if you have come here expecting, absolutely high class, superb, right first time runs, then you are in for a disappointing time. This is still the Master Collection because I've set up Duck Station and got everything working, and Live Split doesn't work with it. I don't know why. When I check the log, it shows that there is some sort of error in the update section, and it doesn't work. So I don't know if there's a new version of Duck Station that's screwed it over or what. So we're back on the Master Collection. I'm going to assume the Master Collection. The category is labeled. That's because I set it all up ready for Emu, and haven't gone back and changed this. So thank you for that. I will change this. Platform PC, played on PC 2023 and console. Okay. Cool. That will do, I think. Any %, and that doesn't look right, does it? We need to change something in that title. We need to get rid of something. I don't want that. Oh, no. I don't want... Oh. That's the thing. I don't want all the variables. Okay. We'll show variables, and I'm just going to have to remove some of those variables, because that just looks silly. So we'll remove some of those variables from here. We don't need to show that that's enabled. In fact, I kind of do want to show that it's extreme. It's just weird that it just says and console. It's a bit weird. It just looks a bit weird, doesn't it?
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's
Unless I can,
was attacked and captured by next generation.
unless I can make it just a little. I'll override. I can override the layout settings and make the font. Make it Segui and then it works. No, still want it the same font. I just want it a bit smaller. Agency FB. That's too small.
You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue.
That'll do. There we go. That's got it.
And the president of Armstech, Kenneth.
That's got it.
Both are being held as hostages.
And then all I need to do is just make that timer just a little bit bigger. Let's make those splits a little bit bigger. That works. That looks better. All right, we're all good. We got there. We got there eventually. Let's save that. Say. Oh, I need to save a new set of splits. They're actually different. Save layout. Right, we're ready. We're actually ready to go. Little bit of a kerfuffle to get started, but we're now ready to go. Hey Ninja Schwa. Alright, first things first, we do want to change the language to English. Caption on, stereo. Vibration doesn't work anyway. I don't know why. No, it doesn't. I was like, does it work? I can't really tell. No, it doesn't. So let's turn it off anyway. All right. We're just going to jump straight into it. I only learnt this last week. I haven't touched it since last week. So who knows what's going to happen? 3, 2, 1, go. This could be really good. Or alternatively, it could be really bad. I'm going to suggest the latter. I don't think this is going to be a very good run. But we'll soon see, won't we? Okay, so first things first. I'm not gonna get big boss rank, but I am certainly gonna, work towards big boss rank. Need to knock. Screw this guards. Pattern up. And that should be everything I need to do. We should now just need to wait for the elevator. Whilst, still not getting spotted by the guard. That's should be fairly obvious. That should have been enough to oh wow, is that like a massive bit of lag going like yeah. I don't know. I probably shouldn't do that because if that is lag, that's really bad. It just feels just looking at this truck feels really slow. It's a bit weird, isn't it? There's Jeremy blasting credit. That guard will That guard will disappear before the elevator comes. Here comes the elevator. Right on cue. We'll just run out across here. And run into here. There we go. Ba-ba! Hoorah. Right, now we've got a few codecs and cutscenes to get through. Nice. It's a good start. That's, you know, that's nice. It's nice that I'm off to a relatively good start. I don't think it's going to stay. We'll see what happens. There's no bright dot in the middle of G-Snake. We don't have a radar. Right here, we're just going to wait for the light. Run over here. Grab the chaff grenades. Well, here's hoping. There we go. Don't worry, it doesn't matter that was an alert. That's the there's, you know, because this is any percent, there's a lot of extra alerts we can get, so that's not a problem. Not a problem that we got an alert there. And as I said, this isn't going to be a big boss run anyway. That's the intention. The intention is to eventually get big boss. It's not going to happen this run. But I'm still going to work just like MGS3. Every European Extreme MGS3 run that I start, I go for big boss strat. I go for, well, Foxhound strats. I never get it, but one day I will. And it's going to be glorious. Right, here's hoping I can get past these guards without causing an alert. Out we come. Nope. Completely screwed that up. I need to revisit that one. I used to be able to do that. So now we just reset the room, and it doesn't matter that we just run straight there because the guards are now in different positions. Make our way through the cell. And of course, we've got a vent glitch to do. Spin rounds. Oh, I was a little far up there. But we're in. That's the big important bit done. That's the 20 minute time save. Oh my stomach. Oh, god damn it. Off he goes. Look at him go. Do, 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 do. Bye, Johnny. Then that's the codec call. Do, 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 through the codec. Ba-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba. There's not really a lot going on in here, so, you know, So, how's everyone doing? Did you hear the news? They got MGS3 all keratins onto the sgdq 2024 backup list. Woo! And out. Dude, that is a deliberate. That's not just us messing around. That's a deliberate move to ensure that Johnny now speeds up this next section. Yeah, it is nice. I mean, the chances of me getting off the backup list and onto the main list are pretty slim. It doesn't happen very often. But you never know. Particularly as once again, I do believe this is the same thing that happened for AGDQ last year. I'm specifically on the backup list for if Joseph Joestar pulls out. That's definitely what happened in AGDQ because we both had the same game. So there's a better chance this time round of if someone else pulls out, they might ask me, but who knows. Right. Submit to the torture. We are not saving Meryl. We are saving the frames. Why would we save Meryl when we can save the frames? Thanks, dude. I mean, it's not quite as huge as, you know, last SGDQ where I was actually there and running, but it's still pretty good. You know, that's now three GDQ events that I've made a list for. Yeah, it's only a matter of time, I think, for me to get back on and actually run. The main thing with me and GDQ now is that the chances of me getting in are so slim because I'm a remote runner now. I simply can't afford to go back. You know, not without the guarantee of a lot of help, which I can't guarantee. You know, when I went to GDQ last year, I did. Shut up in there, will ya? Thank you very much. When I went to GDQ last year, I did do a stream, 24-hour stream, to try and help raise some money to help me get there. But you know, I still ended up spending a lot of my own money to get there. And you know, when you got a new baby, you don't have a lot of money. So yeah, it's you know, unless I can get sponsored or something, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Unfortunately, in the past, previous Metal Gear runners would be able to rely on Metal Gear speedrunning community to help fund it. There was the Metal Gear speedrunning community had money that they would donate, and they'd also put on their own event to help raise money for any runner who had a Metal Gear game in the marathon. But that just doesn't happen anymore.
Hey, I'm here. Where? Oh, jeez, he's coming back. See you later.
Wait.
I mean, if we're being real, it's not that doesn't happen in MGSR, it's that nothing happens in MGSR anymore. Wonder why that is. What the hell? Alright. We will kill Johnny and take the alerts. So we've completely screwed that one up. It is possible to A, not get an alert, and B, not kill Johnny. In that instance, I completely screwed that up. Oh, yeah, I'd hope so. I have no stun grenades. When was I supposed to... I don't think... Oh, I wasn't supposed to grab stun grenades, that's why. Money is an illusion. I wish that were true. Ah. I had no stun grenades because I needed no stun grenades. It's all bosses where you would have stun grenades at this point. One day I will go back. I am determined. It is now, you know, like permanently on my bucket list. I mean, going in the first place had been on my bucket list ever since I became a speedrunner. And you know, I accomplished that pretty damn quick. You know, I know of a lot of people who a lot of really good and talented runners who have been attempting for years to get into GDQ and haven't. This was the second. It wasn't. I can't remember if it was my. I think it was my third submission and my second year. You know, if you consider that there's two events every year. I think it was the second year and my third event I'd submitted to. It is it's Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear is a different game. Hello, Donut here. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, coming in. Enjoy some Metal Gear Solids of the extreme variety. Gonna throw that guy over. Get inside here before he comes over. So far, so good, but we're getting to the point where PC and console, or the original PC, deviates massively. I also... I'm just gonna... I need to die here. Did that in the wrong order. You're supposed to grab the Nikita first. As soon as I went to grab the stun grenades, I was like, oh wait, I know what's happening here. That's what's happening.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Oh, no, what am I doing? I'm not going that way. Whoopsie. Oh. Hey, it's all future time saves. There's some extra max health and good old bookcase boss. Time to fight Ninja. I think the time for that may have passed. Right, so this is where I've done Extreme on the original PC version, and this is where the two runs really start to deviate. So I'm going to equip the scarf. Over here. The geometry of the level hasn't loaded in properly because we did the thing. You get to go into a room and put a hand to your face. And unlike Twin Snakes, no skipping this. In fact, console and Master Collection is the only version of this game where it is mandatory in every run to go through this codec. It's skippable in all versions of Twin Snakes, and it's skippable in the PC version, the original PC version of MGS1. Right, now it's time for the boba skip. We'll see how she fares for me today. I don't want to take too much damage. Grab stun grenades. Do not grab the rope. Do not need the rope. I want to run up these stairs. I want to throw 2 stun grenades initially. I've got 6. Should have plenty of them. I want to throw 1 stun grenade now as I approach floor 5. Don't get shot by that guard, please. Thank you. Now I'm going to throw... Favorite one out of the Metal Gears. It's. I've always said it's a difficult toss-up between this and 3. I think now that now that I am quite proficient at speedrunning both of them, it is 3. Oh, this boba skip is not being very nice. I am not in the right position. Nope. This is one of the difficulties with Extreme, particularly on any percent. Like, there's not a lot of room for error in this run, and you are at the mercy of this RNG. This is not... That was not me getting it wrong. It is pure RNG. For those who've never seen the boba skip before, what we're doing is we're causing Snake to take damage. And when Snake does take damage, he plays one of 2 animations. One of those animations extends his hitbox further than the other one, so we need the one that extends it further. And when that one happens, it's enough to send Snake's hitbox to the other side of this door and hit the trigger on the other side. So I have to be at a very specific angle. I'm trying to use my stun grenades to... Nope, it's still not working, and this guy's now just going to kill me. We keep going until I get through. I could heal, but I'm only supposed to heal once. I suppose the point is you heal now and then that's it, isn't it? Oh, I certainly shouldn't have done that. Oh, I certainly shouldn't have cigarettes out. Yeah, I hadn't really considered the idea that I should probably just heal early so I've got plenty of health. The problem is now is if if it takes too long to get through this, then you just have no health for later on. Oh, nice. I can appreciate that. Love ground zeros. Ground zeros is up there for me as well. There we go. We got there eventually. And we're through the other side. Yeah, as I say, Ground Zeroes is also up there for me as one of my favorites. I absolutely... Oh, so I am living the best life ever because I beat that video game. I am living the best life ever because I am out of the stairwell of shame. I am the best at video games. And that is the Boba Skip song. Damn it. I got it right, but I forgot to switch to chaff grenades first. That was really disappointing because that was perfect. I set up that that weapon glitch perfectly. I just forgot to switch to chaff grenades first. That was really dumb. I feel really stupid. I don't think you've ever finished any Metal Gear game. Not even Ground Zeroes. Like, technically to finish Ground Zeroes, you just have to do one mission. But you shouldn't. If you're going to play Ground Zeroes, play Ground Zeroes. Freaking, I just love it. It is. Right, swap to chaff grenades. Oh, I didn't. I got it wrong. Probably can't do it now. Yeah, because I have no health now. Yeah. Yeah, the grenade I tanked earlier did make this tough. Oh yeah, when I threw the grenade into the alleyway, that was a really stupid mistake. There are possibilities because as we already have seen, I am not getting Big Boss. There are some opportunities to get some more rations at points. You can have them drop from guards. So for the purposes of just trying to get a run finished, it's worth trying to do. This is only a practice. We're just trying to get a run done and. That went wrong. Hey, got there. Yeah. There we go. That is the weapon glitch successfully done. For those who've never seen this before, what we've just done is we have skipped the Otacon cutscene, where... And I completely forgot about throwing those chaff grenades. How many chaff grenades do I even have? Do I have enough? Oh, I've got 6. Okay, well this is good practice, I suppose. So yeah, the weapon glitch that allows us to delete the stinger, and therefore skip the Otacon cutscene, and when we reset the room will be back in a state where it was like we first entered. Allows us to skip the Hindy fight. Nope, that was a fail. I think I took a bit too much damage there. That's probably not going to work. In fact, I'm probably going to die just to this. Basically, I have to... The game now thinks that my stinger is a chaff grenade. And I have to let it explode in my hand. And I don't have enough health to survive it. Notice that the theme tune to this game is a... No. I know that song. And no. I mean, there is a legitimate concern. There's some Russian... Yeah, there's some Russian piece, Russian classical piece of music, which sounds very similar to it, which is why in later versions of the later games in the series, you almost never hear the classic da 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 da. You very rarely hear that in later games. In fact, I think from 4 onwards, it was never reused. Yeah, this. Ah! Only I got this right first time. Unless that was intended as some ruse to make me play Little Birdhouse in Your Soul. Which probably isn't a good idea because it'd probably get copyrighted. I mean, everyone remembers trying to beat Psycho Mantis. Keep going, you'll get it. You'll get it eventually. Right. Hey, there we go. That's how it's done. Come on, Donut Eater. I mean, I believe in you to. Yay! There we go. Got it. Good job. See? Of course, that's why you try and get the chaff grenade, the stinger to explode as late as possible, because then you get that as your first chaff grenade. I never really thought about it before. Like, why does everyone make such an effort to make sure that the chaff grenade explodes as late as possible? Oh, now it's really obvious. I don't think I need to grab any of the items on here. We haven't got the stinger. There are some chaff grenades down there, but I don't think we need any more chaff grenades. I don't recall needing more chaff grenades. The only time we need more chaff grenades is Warehouse North, and I've got 2, and that should be plenty. Right. And then all we do is we come up the ladder and straight back down again to reset this room. The room has now reset completely. Because we don't have the stinger, it is reset to a state where it thinks we've entered it for the first time and also forgotten to pick the stinger up. I now have to get these grenades perfectly. If I miss these grenades at all, this part of the game is the biggest ball ache. Have you done the power key sequence? Oh, and you then say, along with changing the temperature of the game. Sorry, I literally read the first part of your sentence and completely ignored the rest. Ground Zeroes is just a fun time. So because we've reset this room back to its default state, these boxes are here. And there is a very specific point, and I can never bloody remember, I'll get there eventually once I've practiced, where Snake can stand up on top of these boxes. I think it's... Nope. There. There we go. And that has now skipped. That has now skipped the hind and the elevator fight. That's the lean, the sniper lean. So avoid getting shot. Not that you take damage from that. And now we're going to skip the Wolf 2 fight using the weapon glitch again. Just like that. First try. Look at that. Beautiful. So again, use the weapon glitch again to make the game think that we've got the PSG-1 equipped, but the PSG-1 is being treated as a grenade. So because we've got the PSG-1 equipped, it for some reason allows us to how was this trick done? No, that wasn't it. There's a very specific movement you can do here to get past these Is it that? Yes. Oh no, it wasn't that. I might just have to. I might wait this out. There we go. Okay, I got there in the end. Cool. So you might be wondering now, what am I... Oh, whoops, the elevator's already open. What am I doing now? Well, I still don't have the stinger. I still don't have the stinger launcher. So I need to run all the way back. I need to run all the way back up, grab the stinger from its original location, and then head off. So grab the stinger. Again, the game still doesn't recognize that I can grab the stinger. Oh, my splits are all completely wrong as well. Didn't realize that my splits were all over the place. And that chaff grenade should explode. Lovely. Now we can move on to the next area. These splits that I've got must be based on the original PC version. I forgot I need absolutely loads of chaff grenades. Now we've got the disc swap. Because we're playing the Master Collection, this is done pretty much automatically. So off you go. Just make sure you push start the moment you regain control. Right, so now for the blast furnace. So we want to do the stun glitch. Which I think it's over there. I think I got that right. I have no PSG-1 ammo. I failed this. Yeah, got that completely wrong. Hey, Sultan Alpazan, thank you very much for the follow sub. No, it's not a sub. For the support. I'm just going to say for the support. What am I doing wrong here? I'm getting this very wrong. I accidentally joined the fucking mobile aspect ratio. I should try. Okie dokie. I'll take your advice. I'll take your advice sometime and try MGS3. I'll damn it! I do need to shoot that. I need to shoot that guy, but I've got no sniper ammo. I was supposed to pick up some sniper ammo when I was running through. Yeah, I think this runs. Unless I go back and grab some. The only thing is that there's these cameras here. This run might just be dead. I might have completely screwed this up to an extent. I can't get anywhere now. Sorry, just to add some context to my sarcasm, I'm the world record holder for all keratins in MGS3. Oh no, that sucks. I've only got one chaff grenade left, and I need chaff grenades. I'm going to need chaff grenades to get back in here. That's not... Yeah, I've completely screwed this run up now. Ah, I'm being shot. I might have to reset here because I've kind of screwed this up. Would give me a chance to fix live split as well and get the correct splits. Or I can just try and, you know what, actually, let's keep going. And instead, I'm just going to try and get through... What's that ammo? That's not PSG1 ammo. Now I'm getting the... I'm getting the stun grenade wrong. This I've really screwed this room up. The way you're supposed to do this room is you throw a stun grenade here, move to here where the door closes, shoot that guy. Unless I can magically get across. Yeah, I just can't magically get across here without being spotted now. I may need to, as I may need to just reset because I think, well, I mean... Or maybe I've got it right now. Maybe you don't need to use the... No, you have to use the... Yeah. You have to use the PSG1 to take that guy out. There's no other way. Right, we're gonna reset here because this is going absolutely nowhere, and it's just a bit of a joke. Oh, timer didn't reset. Right, I do need to have a look at these splits because they are incorrect. I'm gonna open a different set of splits. Assuming I have some old, I should have some olds. My old console splits I actually played on console, not emulator. So I didn't have like all my sub splits and stuff. I've got some any percent emulator very easy. That might do. Or that one. That one didn't look like it changed. Ah, okay. I've just looked through that one and it looks correct. Okay, this should work. So I just need to edit splits, additional info. Difficulty is now extreme. Turbo is enabled, but we're not talking about it. No rank. There we go. Save splits as any percent. Where's my any percent? Extreme.
They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within
Right.
24
Extreme.
hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Playing the Japanese version because we're playing the integral version. The integral version is the fastest and best version of the game. It's also on console, at least, and in the Master Collection, it was exclusively a Japanese release. It was originally released in Japan on PlayStation 1, and it was then used as the basis for the original 2001 PC version. This is the Master Collection, so it is on PC, but it's the 2023 PC version, and we get to play the original PlayStation version of Integral. Woo! There was probably way more information than you needed there. Oscar Isaac was revealed as the actor who was going to play Snake like years ago, and it is ridiculous how long this bloody project has been going on for. The differences, there's a few different differences. The main ones are Integral includes a very easy category difficulty, which did not exist on the previous versions of the game. And in very easy, Snake starts with the MP5. It's a silenced submachine gun that replaces the FAMAS, and it has infinite ammo. And that's the only real thing about very easy that makes for everything else about very easy. It's just easy. Like guards, alerts, damage. It's all easy. You just start with that gun instead. There's also no rank screen at the end. Integral also the main thing with Integral is that it was released alongside VR missions. It was one bundle. So, in Japan they got MGS1 and VR missions / special missions all in one bundle. But also, the original Japanese release, all of the voice acting was done in Japanese. And then when it got, when it got its US and European release, they brought in English voice actors. Kojima really liked the English voice acting, and so for Integral, it has only English voice acting. There is no Japanese voice acting in it because he wanted a Japanese audience to be able to experience the to experience the English voice acting. So that's kind of the main reason behind Integral's creation. And there's some other little quality of life changes and things like that. The main reason why it's faster is because there is a cutscene in between the Rex and the Liquid fight that in other versions of the game you can't skip, and you can skip it in Integral, and that's one of the main reasons it's faster. It says that Liquid is played by James Flinders because every voice actor in the game except for David Hayter all used pseudonyms. That's because at the time this was made, voice acting in video games was still very much a niche and emerging thing, and voice actors, all of the voice actors who are in this do voice acting in other, they all did voice acting in TV and cartoons and stuff like that. And they didn't know what being part of a video game was going to do to their reputations. If it was a massive failure and it flopped, that could have really tarnished their reputations and cost them work later on, because they would always be associated with this monstrosity. So apart from David Hayter, they all use, because David Hayter wasn't really known as a voice actor. Prior to this, David Hayter was more well known as a screenwriter and producer. If you don't know, David Hayter also co-wrote X-Men 1, X-Men 2, and Watchmen. If you didn't know that about David Hayter. So yeah, they all used pseudonyms so that if it was a big flop, then they could, keep their distance from it. As it happened, it wasn't. It was, this is one of the most phenomenal pieces of storytelling in all of video game history. And subsequently, everything changed after that. Oh, that's a good idea. Thanks, Omnitunes. Omnitunes has asked me to hydrate. And then of course you've got Twin Snakes, where David Hayter gave up half of his paycheck so that the developers could afford to bring back the entire cast to redo the voices. The voice acting in Metal Gear is, every game had some interesting stories about it. You got the controversy of Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, where it wasn't David Hayter anymore. David Hayter, I don't know if it was for every single game, but certainly at least for 4 and probably 3 as well, from my understanding. David Hayter still had to re-audition every time. It was not a given in these games that he was going to play Snake again. Certainly for MGS4, he had to re-audition the Snake, and was able to pull off a very yes, but you're right, because Kojima wanted a Hollywood actor. He wanted someone with a bit more gravitas, a bit more star power. And he said that he wanted someone who could really sort of get the nuances and stuff like that. And I think it kind of works against him, because if you've played Metal Gear Solid 5, Kiefer Sutherland doesn't have that many lines. Of course his voice, it's a little more than 2, but yeah, he does not have that many lines. Don't get me wrong, I think Kiefer Sutherland did a really good job, and if you know the story behind Phantom Pain, I don't want to spoil it for anyone in case there's anyone, shout out now if you've not played Phantom Pain and you don't want it spoiled. I think there was an opportunity there to still use David Hayter and make it work, but they didn't. But it's still a fantastic game. Kiefer Sutherland does do a very, very good job. Okay, I won't say any more then. Kiefer Sutherland does do a very, very good job. But yeah, he's not Snake. And it'd be interesting if we ever do get the movie, what Oscar Isaac is going to be like. I think Oscar Isaac is a very, very good choice. I like Oscar Isaac. I like Poe Dameron in the Star Wars sequels. I don't necessarily like all of the Star Wars sequels. The only really good one is The Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker is the worst Star Wars film ever made. Yes, it was worse than Solo. Yes, it was worse than Attack of the Clones. But I like, Poe Dameron's fantastic. I loved Moon Knight. Moon Knight was so good, and that is 90% of the reason for that was because Oscar Isaac's put in a fantastic performance. Weren't so good in X-Men Apocalypse, though. No, but I don't think that was his fault. He did what he could with with what he was given. I don't actually think I've seen Oscar Isaac in anything else. He might have done some voice acting for something that I've watched. Anyway, we should get on and start this next run, and hopefully not make a complete cock up of it. Remember some stuff, learn from our mistakes, and let's get going in. Oh, hang on, options. Oh, this should already be. Yeah, we want to change the language to English. I believe it is faster. But don't quote me on that. All right. Extreme. 3, 2, 1, go. I forgot about that. We're still on disc 2. So the game will now automatically change to disc 1. I don't know when the time is going to start now, actually. There we go. Timer now starts. This is fine. This works. Yes, you're right. The Last Jedi did cause Rise of Skywalker. The problem that they had is that they didn't have a clear plan going through. And if you don't have a clear plan going through, then you have to stick with what happened. And they didn't. They tried to retcon Last Jedi. That was a really bad idea. I am assuming that is it a, I can't remember. So, someone earlier did do something which I assume was buy a membership. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I still don't know exactly what. I don't know what YouTube stuff looks like when it happens. There should be alerts when YouTube stuff happens, but I didn't get an alert. Oh, which makes me think that maybe it was a super chat. Maybe it was a super chat, because I don't think I have alerts for super chats. That would explain... Yeah, that actually does explain why there was no alert. I should have an alert if I get a membership on YouTube. Someone's become a member. I still prefer Twitch's follow, subscribe. It's really clear. You know, when you subscribe to something, you usually pay a fee for that. Okay, that is what a super chat looks like. Maybe I should put on some sort of alert on the stream for a super. Well, maybe not. I don't know. There's a bit of controversy on Twitter recently, which I have taken an easy step to resolve on my end, where there was someone complaining about people using shout out to show off a Raiders clip, a Raiders random clip. So a lot of I should watch X Machina. I've not watched it. There is a function, and I use this function. Oh bugger! I just didn't quite move correctly. I assumed the SAR was the currency that it was in. I would not have guessed South African rand. I can tell you that. Let's try this again. That was really poor. At least we don't have to wait for the we don't have to wait for the disc swap this time. Although I might not have held L2 and R2 down long enough there. We might be on alternate round. No, we're not on alternate round. That's fine. Just gotta wait for this guy. Go there. Thanks, Revellium. Yeah, I'd assume so. I'm not having a very good time in here. All right, third time's the charm, folks. Let's concentrate. Okay, I will get it eventually. We will get a run finished eventually today. I'm determined. What were we on? Where were we going? What were we discussing? We were on YouTube and Twitch. Oh yeah, I was talking about the controversy that was on Twitter lately. So there is a function which I use where when a raider comes in, you can shout out that raider, and when you do a shout out, when you do a shout out, you can have it so that your stream displays a random clip, a random Twitch clip from that streamer. So, for example, Plywood's here in the chat. Say if this does happen, because this is how it happens. If Plywood were streaming and then he raided me, my scene would switch to a raid scene. There'd be a big siren saying raid incoming, and my chatbot would automatically send a shout out message shouting out Plywood, and as a result of that shout out, a video, a random clip from Plywood's clips would play on the stream. Now, the controversy around this recently has come out where there was I assume reasonably big streamer. I didn't recognize the name or anything like that, but someone either reasonably big or just had this big opinion that lots of people got behind, and it sort of blew up on Twitter a little bit, was asking people to stop doing it, to not use that shout out. Not just about raiding, but it was more to do with raiding than just using the function. Oh, for God's sake. Apparently I can't get this bit right. I don't think I knocked early enough. I don't think I disrupted him at the right time. Yeah. I don't know why I should have actually just fully reset. Right, let's just die and reset. Yeah, so basically asking people not to do it. And the reason them asking people not to do it is because they said that it first of all, a streamer who is raiding you has not asked for it. It is shining putting a spotlight on them that they haven't necessarily asked for. But the main thing about it is that when you do one of those, it uses a completely random... So I need to lay in the guard. I need to knock sooner, don't I? It grabs a random Twitch clip. And this could be any Twitch clip ever. It could be it doesn't necessarily need to be one that the streamer themselves have made. It could be just some random person has clipped some random thing. And basically the point is that it can, in some cases, act as a really bad introduction to a streamer. Knock on the right side and let him do a long walk round. That's it. So knock now. There we go. That's it. Because now he's going to walk up and all the way. Yeah. That's the one. So say that happens. So let's use the example with Plywood again. Say Plywood raids me and it goes off. It could show some really random clip of Ply getting maybe he got really pissed off at something and like swore at the top of his lungs, and someone clipped that. Because it grabs a random clip, it could play that. And as a result, it means that your viewers, that is their first impression of that person. The first impression that they get of this person who's just raided, they may have never watched before, is this screaming horrible person. Yeah. Now, OG Happy Dude's comment there, that is one of the responses that was given quite often, which was, you should be, if you're a good streamer and you care about this, then you should be purging your clips and stuff like that. I do have sympathy with Plywood's position here as well, where people have a lot of clips. I have quite a lot of clips, and I don't always have a lot of time to go purging them all. Huzzah! I'm through, finally. So yeah, it's a, you know, it was a bit up in the air. You know, obviously there are a lot of people on one side, there are a lot of people on the other side. The way that I kind of fall on this a little bit, I think I do fall more on OG Happy Dude side with, you know, you should purge your clips and go through, and if if it's something you're that worried about. The other thing that I kind of see with this is, you know, we get all of these wonderful tools. More and more tools are coming to chatbots and stream bots and Twitch in general and stuff like that. And every time one of these really cool things that can really make your stream stand out or look cool comes out, someone says, oh no, you can't use that because it might offend someone. Someone might not like it. Someone recently, there was another one recently about someone asking people if someone followed, to turn off, oh, I don't know why to not have follower alerts. So if someone follows your stream, do not have an alert that comes up on your stream to say someone followed you, because it then puts a spotlight on that person, which they may not necessarily have wanted. They may be a lurker and they don't want any attention, but they still want to give you a follow. And if your response to that is, well, they could just, not follow whilst you're live and follow later. Well, who goes back to try and follow someone after they're not streaming? And, I do have sympathy with people who don't like that, who might think I don't want that attention. But there's more part of me that says, but these things look cool. It's a show of when someone follows me and it comes up on the stream, that's me showing appreciation to them and saying thank you. I have taken from that, and now if someone does give me a follow, I don't make a huge, I don't like, oh yeah, this person, thanks you, woo woo. From now on, because I am. Oh, I still haven't got this right. I need to watch my own tutorial on this room. Yeah. So now, if it happens, there will still be an alert on stream that says so and so has followed, because it looks cool, and some people do appreciate having that shout out. But I won't make a huge deal out of it. I won't be like, oh, thanks so much for the follow. Unless that person then starts talking in chat, then I'll start responding to them. But it will just be a thank you for the follow. I might not even say their name out loud. I'll just say, oh, thanks very much for the follow. And that's it. I'll leave it at that. If that person then starts chatting, then yeah, obviously I'll keep going and whatever. But if that person then doesn't say anything, then no, I'll just leave it at that. I think there has to be a balance. Amverim.
Looks like.
Yeah, I think for raiding is a bit different. When you raiding is a big thing. Raiding is all about the theatrics of bringing in people and connecting people. I think it's difficult to. I think it would be difficult for a raider to come in and then be pissed off that you're making a big deal about them raiding you. Like, well, if you don't want, that was your choice to come and raid me. You don't like that everything is a raid, and by extension, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. Now, going back to the sort of raiding shout out clip thing, the stream bot that I use is called Lumia Stream. I use it because it does overlays, and it can also control light. I don't actually have it controlling any lights at the moment. I used to in my old flat, but I haven't got any of my lights set up to work with it. But it works with lights. It works with like my computer lights and keyboard lights and stuff like that. So it's really cool. But their shout out function and the ability to play a a clip. They saw this big long thread on, well, this sort of controversy in this original tweet on Twitter about it, and in response to that, they have updated their algorithm that, to give you the option to only display a featured clip. So there is now a featured clips function on Twitch. It's been around for a little while, like a year or so, where you can go through your clips and you can have them featured. So they always appear at the top of your list, and you know they're the ones people to go to first. And now Lumia Stream allows you to set it so that when you do use that function for a raider, it only plays one of their featured clips, which is one that they have curated themselves. And I think that is the perfect medium. That is the perfect middle ground for that situation, because you know you want to make a big deal about a raider, you want to say thank you, you want to hype them up, and you know the whole thing is about, you know, this person has come in and they're doing you a favor. You want to show appreciation and show your viewers, as much as they're showing their viewers who you are by raiding, you want to respond in kind and let your viewers know who's this person. So by playing a featured clip, I think that's perfect. I think it's the perfect situation there. And so that's what I've done. I've just ticked that box, and now whenever I get a raid, that will happen. A random clip is bad because you don't have full control over what, you know, well, you do have full control over what clips you get, but you have to constantly be updating and staying in control. You know, I've gone through and looked at some of my clips, and you'll get clips from random people that you've never heard of, and it is 3 seconds of you looking at a score screen at the end of a game whilst you've not said a word. I used to get, when I played Dead by Daylight, I used to get that. I would occasionally have clips of just the score screen at the end, and that was it. It's really weird. So yeah, I agree. Random clips are bad, and the ability to make it so that it'll only show a feature clip is absolutely perfect. But I do stand by the idea that I do feel like we're getting into a sense of, you're not allowed to do anything cool. You're not allowed to do anything cool on stream with your viewers because someone might not like it. It's like, why we can't? We're not allowed. We have all of these wonderful tools, and people keep telling us we're not allowed to use them. Hi, Harry Little. Don't get me wrong. There is a balance. There is absolutely a balance. I'm not saying that I should just be allowed to do what I want and say what I want and show what information about my viewers that I want at all times. But there is a balance. We should be allowed to use the cool stuff that people make on Twitter, on Twitch, and YouTube, and other all streaming services. Speaking of Dead by Daylight, he said ominously, yes, Dead by Daylight had its 8th anniversary stream. They showed off the new Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and also announced that Castlevania is coming to Dead by Daylight, which presumably Dracula will be the killer, and presumably Simon Belmont will be the survivor. There we go. So that's how you kill Johnny without taking an alert. If you time your chokes correctly, you can just knock him out instead of actually killing him. Oh, okay. I'm just going to take a death there. That was damage that I really shouldn't have taken. Ooh, what? Dead by Daylight related? Is it? Like, there is a... I know there is a new Dead by Daylight game coming out, the casting of Frank Stone. There is another Dead by Daylight game already out, which is the dating sim, but that's been out for ages. That wouldn't be eligible for GDQ's second submission phase. And another new game in the world of Dead by Daylight has just been announced at the 8th anniversary stream. 38 minutes on your first episode. That's pretty good. That was the original PC version. Because I recall you saying that you'd been watching my tutorial and you were now coming in to start running it yourself. How many times I have lost count how many times I've beaten this game. I could not tell you. I would say we're probably closing in on about 500. I would think. Took me a very long time to get into speedrunning. Okay. Is it actually related to Dead by Daylight? Or was that just a way of you segueing into it? Weirdly. It is.
Be careful.
I like this. I like the sound of the wolves. Okay, I won't say anything. Might be a while until I get to look at it. Yeah, second submission phase is really weird. We were talking earlier in the Pampers and Celine testing Discord. I'm allowed to say that we've talked about before that we've been testing Pampers and Celine. Plywood has probably tested Pampers and Celine the most. And we were talking about whether or not Pampers and Celine could get into the second submission phase. The problem with Pampers and Celine releases this Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. And that is not a lot of time to get a run ready and into that second submission phase. Dead by Daylight did make a mobile version, yes, and they've sort of slowly been updating the mobile version to match, the original PC version. I played a little bit of the mobile version, but I'm not a big fan of playing touchscreen games. I've trying to control games with a touchscreen. Whenever I play mobile games, I have a mobile controller. I either use my DualSense with Bluetooth, or I do have a Razer Kishi, which I use a lot. I played so when Vice City first came to Netflix. I played so much Vice City on my phone. I was trying to 100% it, and I got to a point where I think I glitched. I managed to glitch the game, and it's a known glitch. And one of the rampages, I had one rampage left to do, and I couldn't find it. I've tried Call of Duty and mobile. And as I say, I just don't like touchscreen controls for that kind of thing. These are, I play loads of Teamfight Tactics on my phone, because that's a perfect game for a mobile phone. Right, we're going to take a death here, because I took damage there, and that was really stupid. Sons of Liberty more fun or Snake Eater? I mean, that is a very, very subjective question. In my personal opinion, I think Snake Eater is the better game. I am not in the majority with that opinion, I should say. A lot of people would disagree. Apparently, I can't even throw this grenade. I think, officially, if you look at reviews and stuff like that, Sons of Liberty wins out over Snake Eater massively. Yeah, I cooked way too early on that one. Revengeance is great, and it's not the best Metal Gear. It's not anything. There we go. That's better. But it's not a bad game. It's great. It's for the type of game in that genre. I'm not a hack and slash guy. I've never played Devil May Cry. I tried Bayonetta but couldn't get into it. I loved Revengeance. And it just, it helps that it was characters and a story and stuff that I recognized. So that really helped me get into it. Yeah, it's just it is a great game. Anyone who is a fan of hack and slashes should absolutely play it. Anyone who is a fan of Metal Gear should at least play it once. Same with Survive. And I say this as someone who likes Survive. Do not get me mistaken here. Survive is awful. Survive is a terrible game, but I still really enjoy it. I really enjoyed speedrunning it. You once tried to play Spore as Raiden? That sounds interesting. All right, we are now into the really annoying, stupid bit of this run, particularly with the weapon glitch. This could take a few attempts because I'm still not. It is a guilty pleasure. I haven't played it in ages. Oh shit! I don't know what's going to happen here. I took way too much damage there. Okay, we're gonna reset this. As I say, this is likely gonna. This is a bit that I do need some practice on. But I completely cocked up throwing stuff there. I'm not sure there are many speedrunners out there who can say that they have done a marathon run of Metal Gear Survive. Ply, did you ever do a marathon run of Survive? Ply here is probably the leading expert on Survive speedrunning. I have played Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain is up there as one that I want to learn the speedrun for next. I still took too much damage. So I'm using the analog stick as I start running, and I should be sticking to the D-pad. It is for me at the moment. It is a toss-up between Phantom Pain and Peace Walker. I've been playing Peace Walker on my Vita lately, and I've really enjoyed it. So I think for the next game in the series I learn from scratch, it probably will be Peace Walker. But that's not going to be for a while because I've got MGS3 on a couple of marathon appearances, including I'm on the backup list for GDQ with it. I still took too much damage. Godzilla PS4 game released. You just play Godzilla games on Roblox instead. Each to their own, I guess. Can't say I've never played Roblox. I did 1 year consider submitting Survive to GDQ. The problem is Survive is an always online game, and the servers do go down for maintenance occasionally. And if you've got a run scheduled and the servers go down for maintenance, you are fucked, and there is nothing you can do. I'm still taking too much damage. I got it right that time. Or am I taking too much damage? No, I am. Maybe it's maybe I need to be hitting upright. There's like two different areas that you take damage from a grenade. If you only get hit on the edge of a grenade, you only take a little bit of damage. If you get hit like full on by a grenade, then you take a lot more damage. In fact, I think there might be 3. I'm pretty sure a grenade in my hand would kill me. On extreme any %, you have so little room for error that taking too much damage now will completely screw up the run. And now I'm not close enough at all. Maybe maybe I wasn't taking too much. I'm gonna run out of grenades at this point. Maybe I wasn't taking. Maybe that is the correct amount of damage I should be taking. Have you got Fallout 4 on, like, on a digital version of it you could play instead? What? What the fudge? Why this shouldn't have played? This cutscene shouldn't have played. I still have the stinger. I got something wrong there. I'm pretty sure taking a... I'm not sure if taking a death now... I'm pretty sure taking a death now resets me back to just in front of the elevator. I'm pretty sure that counts as a... That counts as a checkpoint. Yeah, it does. So this run is now also dead. Crikey. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a save for this section. And I'm going to give this section a practice. Because clearly it needs it. Oh, it is getting so warm at the moment. Blech. Alright, so I should have a save. From Tower B Extreme. Right, so let's have a practice at this. I got the weapon. I think I got the weapon glitch right. I'm not sure now. Should say, I don't think I'm going to do any % on extreme for very long. Once I feel like I've understood it and I know what I'm doing and I can do a half decent run. Once I know I can do a half decent run of any % extreme, I am going to jump into all bosses, because all bosses is a much more interesting category. It doesn't have this. There's no weapon glitch. You can weapon glitch to beat Sniper Wolf 1, but it's not mandatory. In fact, I believe it's slower. I could be wrong there. I may need to watch the tutorial again for this room to see where I need to be throwing the grenade. There we go. I got it right. Maybe that was the amount of damage I was supposed to take. That felt too much, but there we go. That is the weapon glitch done successfully. Now I can just run upstairs and beat all the cameras with all of my fancy chaff grenades. Yeah, I need to have a look at the tutorial video again and see how much damage I'm supposed to be taking, because I still feel like I'm taking too much. Pretty sure when I was practicing this last week, I wasn't having to use a... That's fine. I would need to reset this. I wasn't having to use a ration at all in here. In fact, should we have a quick look at the video? Let's just have a quick look. That's going to be the safest option here. Let's have a look and see where I'm going wrong. Over here. Alrighty, so we've got a bunch of tutorials on the right hand side, and obviously my game over on the left. Do you need to skip through this playlist?
Tower B climb.
And here is Plywood, everybody.
The goal of this area is to get to the snowfield and skip the Hind D boss fight. To do this, we will need to delete the Stinger launcher before the Otacon cutscene trigger.
See if I can find...
Snake begins to turn.
Here we go.
Prone. Along the right wall to minimize damage. It is best to do the glitch with grenades.
Okay, this is the bit.
Once the damn cutscene is over and Snake begins to move, begin cooking the grenade. D-pad simplifies this. Throw along the right wall to minimize damage. When Snake begins to turn, go prone. Sometimes you won't get the weapon glitch. That's okay.
So yeah, that did not seem like anywhere near as much damage as I've been taking. So let's just try this. Just try this again. That timer. Go away, timer. I think I know where I'm going wrong. I'm not bumping up against the edge. Yeah, I believe there's three different amounts of damage you can take from a grenade. I think as soon as I've let it go, let's just watch that, watch the tutorial again.
The backup method. Sometimes you won't get to turn. Snake grenades. Once the damn cutscene is over and Snake begins to move, begin cooking the grenade. D-pad simplifies this. Throw along the right wall to minimize damage. D-pad simplifies this.
Just looking at the D-pad.
Throw along the right wall to minimize damage.
Yeah. So as soon as he's thrown it,
throw along the right wall to minimize.
As soon as because he actually bumps into the corner. Actually bumps into the corner of the corner of the railing. So I think that might be part of it. Oh. Then I am glad as well. I do think YouTube has some work to do on lives to make them a bit more obvious. The worst one for me is the amount of times I go down to the live section and I know for a fact a channel I am subscribed to is live because it is live 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That's not it. And I didn't get it right anyway. Yeah, because the channel is always live. But if I go to the live section, it doesn't show the channel that I am subscribed to. The most common live channel that I watch is called Hey Bear Sensory. It is animated videos of dancing fruit that I put on for my baby son. Yeah, I'm subscribed and I know that they're always live, but when I go to the live tab, I sometimes have to do quite a bit of scrolling until I can find it, which is really poor. YouTube is not good in a good position. There's a new video out by Epos Fox, who's done who's had a bit of a rant about it lately. Maybe this is right. That seems like too much damage. That seems like way too much damage to be correct.
The grenade.
But I was getting this right.
This. Throw along the right wall to
Let's see how much damage.
When Snake begins to turn, go prone.
No, maybe that was right, and I've taken too much. I think that was right, and I've already taken too much damage in this run. Because if you look at Snake's life bar on there,
wall to minimize damage. When Snake begins
loses that much, that's a decent chunk. I'd say I'm just going to sort of use my finger. The amount of damage that's taken from there, if I look at my current damage, when I reload this save, my current health should be just around the E, around the edge of the E. Let's just try that and see what happens. Maybe I am taking the exact right amount of damage. It's this save where I should have more health at this point. Which is probably right. Yeah, okay, I was taking the correct amount of damage. I don't know what happened then, because when I was learning this last week, I had more health at this point. So I have been doing it right. That's the important thing. It's just this save is now quite difficult to work from because I've lost quite a lot of damage. That's it. Right, so what we'll probably do, we'll take a short break in a moment. Play some of those good old advertisements. I didn't get it right. We're going to take a break. About 5 minutes. When I come back, we'll start a fresh run. And see if I can actually get a run finished. Because that would be nice to do, to actually finish a run this evening. Maybe during the break, I might have a quick look at the tutorials and see if there's anything else I was missing. I need to look at how I get through the bloody tank hanger. And for that, I'm going to watch my own goddamn tutorial, because I made a tutorial on it a very long time ago. I just can't remember how it goes. So yeah, go grab yourselves a drink, use the loo. At the very least, have a stretch. Stretch those legs. Get up off your butt, and do your body a favor and have a good stretch. Your body will thank you later. Yeah, we'll see you in a moment. Alrighty, all you spooky folks out there. I love this tune's awesome, isn't it? This is such a nice Luigi's Mansion remix. Welcome back to Thursday night speedrunning here on the Nick RP stream. Let's get back to Metal Gear Solid 1 and see if we can actually get a run complete. I think that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Welcome back, everybody. Apologies to completely interrupt such a jamming piece of music, but we do have a run to try and do. Donate, yes, I do have a Discord. I'm hoping my chatbot decides to share it in all of the locations. Yay, it worked. There you go. Sometimes my chatbot. What?
S1 Lent 2193 just subscribed. A good evening one and all Nick Pajama.
Hey, Silent, and thank you very much for the resub. That is very kind of you, as always. 32 months. 32 months. That is coming up to 3 years. God, that was such terrible maths in my head. Silent, you've nearly been subscribed to me for 3 years. That's insane. In fact, Caro, you're coming up to 2 years. You're on 22 months. Jeez. Have I really been doing this that long? Doesn't feel like it sometimes. Anyway, let's get on. Reset to this game. I quickly during the break had a look at my own tutorial on how to get through the tank hangar, so I know what I'm doing. So hopefully this might be the one. The Boba skip was a big time for me. I'm not gonna, I wouldn't mince it. I benefited greatly from the Boba skip. But I also, I put in a decent amount of work on the Boba skip. Still love that video. My favorite video that I've ever done is my history of the Boba skip video. You know what? Should we share it? In case you haven't seen it, let's share it. Since we're playing Metal Gear Solid 1 as well. It be that one. There you go, folks. In case you've never watched a Metal Gear Solid 1 speedrun before, you don't know what the Boba skip is, or you want to know how the thing that I'm probably the most famous for is the making of that video. It's either the making of that video, the making of my Metal Gear Solid 1 tutorial video, or running Twin Snakes at SGDQ last year. Or shouting at traffic on the M25, shouting at protesters on the M25. I was pretty famous for that for like 2 days. Right, let's do this. New game. Extreme. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we were both thinking the same thing. Oh my god, that's come up again recently. I had to go and find the clip on YouTube. I have recently submitted that in an application. I can't remember if I've mentioned this already, but I haven't finished it yet because I've got an introduction video to do. But I'm currently in the process for applying to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And I'm hoping that the protester M25 incident is really useful. Angry motorist. The furious motorist. Furious motorist emote will always live on. But yeah, of course, in the UK, the current host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire obviously was Chris Tarrant originally. But the current host is Jeremy Clarkson, who is obviously a big name in the world of cars and farms. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that my little stunt with that might grant me some favor I've even said, you know, why should you be on? One of the questions is why should you be on, or what would make you a good fit? And I said, well, considering you know, the event that I had on the M25, I'd be interested to see how Jeremy Clarkson feels about that. And I've also said, you know, I can't imagine you've had that many speedrunners. You know, obviously, I talk about the fact that I'm a speedrunner in my application. I said I can't imagine you've had that many speedrunners on the show before. Clarkson's a fan of fast cars. I wonder if he'd be a fan of fast video games. I really should get that application sent off. Just say I'm not going on it with the ambition of winning 1 million. That's if I get on it. You know, first you've got to get on the show, then you've got to beat fastest finger first and actually get into the chair. Usually when I'm playing along at home, I can get to 16 or 32,000, and then I start to struggle. If I could come away with at least 16,000, that'd be pretty sweet. But, so, the chances of me getting in are very, very slim. It's also not the show I want to be on. Also, I only know UK shows. I can't really talk about American shows or any other. But in the UK at the moment, if I could pick any show to be on, it would be Wheel of Fortune. The most amount of money being given away on British television for the easiest thing in the world. Even if you lose, you still take away some money. Unless you lose like so badly that you have no money. Yeah. I would love to be on Wheel of Fortune. But as I can't be on Wheel of Fortune, because applications are not currently open, I'll take Who Wants to Be a Millionaire instead.
A surveillance camera.
Oh, if I'd not moved slightly there, I might have had the opportunity to get through that without an alert, which would have been nice. Oh, thank you for joining the Discord donate here. It was good to get more people on there. Got some nice little chats occasionally. Just a nice little place to be and have some more chats outside of the stream. Talk about lots of stuff. Anyone who is on the Discord server, you may have noticed there are 3 new events set up. I went and finally updated the events calendar on the Discord server, so my 3 upcoming marathon appearances are now there. It's the first weekend of June. I am running. I can't remember which way round these are. It's the first weekend of June. I'm running MGS3 European Extreme for Preventathon, and the weekend after I'm running Mini Ghost Any Percent and MGS3 Very Easy. Although there is a donation incentive. I believe there is a donation incentive to upgrade it. Right. I watched my video. I know what I'm doing here now. Oh! It is Pat first, thank you. Yes, Power Up with Pride is the 18th, is the 16th. Oh, they're 2 weeks apart, not 1 week apart. Ah, yes, because the weekend in between those is Misfit Mascot Marathon Relay number 3. Which I haven't submitted to yet, but I should have a space in it. Doing Klonoa 2 again. I've been a bit tentative to submit to 3, but I think they need the Klonoa team needs the runners. In 2, I was in 2. Andrew. I was in 1 at Misfit Marathon 1 and 2. 1 was absolutely fine. In Marathon 2, they were massively ahead of time by like well over an hour, and I was late and actually didn't run in the end. I did a run offline, and my time was submitted for it. But yeah, I got into a bit of an argument with the organizer over it, which we very quickly resolved, and we're now very amicable with each other. I took on board that I should have been on top of it more, and they have actually completely redone the way they're going to do scheduling for the next one, because they agreed that the way it happened, I wasn't the only person who had problems. I think I was the worst case, but lots of people had problems with the way the schedule was done. So they are completely redoing the way they're doing scheduling for the next one as a result. So I think we kind of amicably agreed that it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. June is very freaking busy. I have been teasing. We've mentioned on in Pixel Perfect a mystery event. Originally, when we first planned it, that mystery event was going to be the second weekend of June. Unfortunately, it's not. It's been postponed. I don't have it. It's likely July, but I can't say for definite yet. You are. Caro is also running in Power Up with Pride. Caro's going to be running MGS2 Plant. Very easy. Which I'm going to be hopping on the commentary couch for. And that is immediately before my MGS3 run, which Caro has very kindly agreed to hop on my commentary couch for. One more member to have a perfect 100. I don't think I've got 100 people in the Discord yet.
Snake, it's showtime. Ocelot wants you.
I'm looking forward, as I say, June is, is it on 99 people? June has turned out to be a very, very busy time. If I then also do have my backup run for GDQ upgraded to an actual run, I mean, that'll probably be early July rather than late June, because GDQ starts the last weekend of June. Yeah, it's, it could be an extremely busy time, but yeah, I've got like an event happening every single weekend. And Bingo-thon is in fact, yeah, because it's Bingo-thon is on at some point in all of that, and I've submitted to Bingo-thon. What is my favorite Metal Gear character? That's an interesting question. I've not really considered that before. My favorite Metal Gear character. I mean, Johnny here is probably up there. The Keratin Frog from 3 is probably up there. Yeah, I suppose Otacon is probably the character I most relate to, because, nerd. I'm nowhere near as clever or scientific as Otacon, but I mean, I love Liquid in this. Liquid's performance is just amazing. Ocelot is probably the most important character in the series, and he's one of the most interesting characters. Oh, sugar! No, push the wrong button. Sorry. Can't go up on your tiptoes in 1, and that's what happens if you try. Yeah, it might be. The answer might be Ocelot, just because he's such an interesting, complex character. I kind of want to come up with something like proper left field, like something no one really knows. I had a proper fail moment with Metal Gear characters recently. I thought I was onto a banger, and it went down like a lead balloon. If anyone on Twitter has ever seen the account legitimate, totally legitimate Metal Gear tips, and the handle is at Metal Gear Tips. It's me, if you didn't already know. I think I have mentioned it before. I've not made it like a complete mystery. But yes, I run the Metal Gear Tips account on Twitter. And I had one. It was Mother's Day in America recently. So I posted a message saying Happy Mother's Day. And I was saying so many great mothers in the Metal Gear world. But I think, you know, if I had to pick my favorite, it would be, it's such an obscure character. I can't even remember what her name is. Damn it! I can't remember what the character's name is. She never appears in the game. She's I'm gonna see if I can find it on my phone whilst we're like dying. Right, let's try this room again. So flip him. Don't get spotted by him. I have to wait for that guard anyway, so it doesn't matter that it takes a bit too long. I'm on the profile. See if I can find it. Oh, there's the tweet. Julie Danziger. There we go. My tweet said, Happy Mother's Day. So many great mothers in Metal Gear. If I had to pick just one to celebrate, it has to be everyone's favorite, Julie Danziger. Mother to us all, really. Without looking it up on the internet, can anyone tell me who Julie Danziger is? So be honest. Don't look it up. I want to hear everyone's best guesses. I swear to God, Julie Danziger is a legitimate Metal Gear character. She is a character, as I said, she is never... Julie Danziger. Danziger. She has never appeared in a game. She's only ever been mentioned. Pre-Solid, no. She was not mentioned pre-Solid. Caro thinks he knows. Let's hear your best guess, Caro. Again, assuming you haven't looked it up. Hey, welcome, Johnny. So yeah, favorite character, Johnny Sasuke. Absolutely, 100%. Oh, Fortune's mother is a nice guess. It's wrong, but it's a nice guess. You're thinking outside the box. You are sort of on the... Caro has got it. Emmerich Danziger. Caro does know who this person is. Julie Danziger. There we go. Ottocon's stepmother, Emma's real mother. The mother that Ottocon's stepmother, who he had an affair with. If you've played Peace Walker and 5, Huey's second wife after Strangelove, because Strangelove died. Yes. Ottocon's parents are Huey and Strangelove. Strangelove died. And then Huey remarried, and he married a woman called Julie Danziger. Julie already had a daughter before they married, Emma Emmerich. So Otacon and Emma are not, Otacon and E are not blood relatives. They're not half brother and sister. They are step brother and sister. So Julie became Otacon's stepmother, and then Otacon had an affair with her. And that affair caused Huey to drown himself in the family pool. She was mentioned in Sons of Liberty. I don't think she was ever mentioned by name in Sons of Liberty, so I don't actually know where the name comes from. Then again, the number of cutscenes and the time of cutscenes in Sons of Liberty are so ridiculous that I have not gone back and watched them all for a very long time. A very English manner of suicide. Like the witches of old. Right, Boba skip time. Should we have a bit of a sing-song? We can have a bit of a sing-song, can't we? Come on, first try. First try. Yeah! I am living the best life ever because I beat the video game. I am living the best life ever because I am out of the stairwell of shame. I am the best at video games. Oh, actually grabbed the stinger. I still feel like I've taken too much damage this run. New single. I have to use it at some point, so I might as well just use it. Alright, how many attempts is this going to take me, do we reckon? Come on, please be first try. Yay! First try! That was nice. That was actually really sweet. To get that first try. We talked about the Boba skip earlier. We talked about the animation. That animation that played when my chaff grenade exploded. That is the animation. Oh shit! Let's wait for this to go. That is, you saw like Snake properly recoil, and his hands like went. Bleh! That is the animation that we're looking for the Boba skip. That was a really nice weapon glitch. I've not been thinking about where to space my chaffs out here. That's a bit poor. I'm gonna play that because I've used quite a few chaffs here. I'm gonna play this safe. There are some more chaff grenades in here, so let's go grab them. There we go. That's it. That's the only thing to get in this room. Right. So now we need to. You still yet to successfully do the Boba skip. It takes some, it takes some doing, but once you get it down, it's then just, fighting with the 50-50 chance. It is as far as we're aware, it is a 50-50 chance. So whether you get it or not. There's certainly, no one has been able to find any sort of manipulation. Right now I need to throw grenades perfectly on the way back down. That should be fine. Ooh, I didn't think that last one was going to go then. Oh, That was poor. Do that way too late. I need to take a death there. I can't afford to take that kind of damage. So take a death. Start again. Well done, Caro, by the way, for getting Julie Dangersinger's identity correct. My splits are still incorrect. I think it's because I've got, I think I know why. Oh, god damn it. I think I might have a setting in the auto splitter which is like split some skips. And it's splitting skips when it shouldn't be. The dock skip. There is no dock skip. Are you getting confused with Twin Snakes? There is a dock skip in Twin Snakes. There's no dock skip in MGS1. You can go out of bounds in MGS1's docks, but it doesn't do anything for you. Nope. 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 Come on. Come on. Oh. Here's my third favourite Brisby and MGS Lawmaster. Duh. I can start grabbing PSG1 bullets now. I need to hurry here so that I get through this without getting shot. There we go. Yay, got the lean. I have not, no. I've not watched any of the most recent Godzilla movies. In fact, I think the only Godzilla movie I've watched is the terrible, like, 90s American one. Oh, that did not work. I'm just going to take a death here. That was terrible. We're trying to do the weapon glitch again to skip Sniper Wolf 2. Oh. Okay, I didn't get the lean that time. Never mind. My split's correct. Yeah, Sniper Wolf 2. I've watched... Oh no, I'm thinking of King Kong. I don't think I got that right. No, I didn't. I got that right. There we go. I saw Kong Skull Island might be the only one I've seen at a cinema. Did I see Peter Jackson's King Kong in a cinema? I can't remember. If you haven't seen Peter Jackson's King Kong, you absolutely should. It is the best, in my opinion at least, it is the best King Kong film. Damn it. I need to rewatch the tutorial for this room, just so that I can remember exactly where you're supposed to run, because I'm just making it up as I go along at the moment. I think that was... Oh, no, that was it. Okay, so now we are going back up to grab the stinger because we still don't have the stinger. We deleted it and haven't had it back again. So we need to go and grab it. One is Skull Island and the other is Kong Skull Island. Well, no, they're both... The setting is Skull Island. The name of the island is Skull Island in every version of King Kong. It's just one of the films was called Kong Skull Island. And Kong, for those who didn't know, Kong Skull Island was directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts. I think that's correct. How you pronounce his name? And he is the director who will eventually, direct the Metal Gear Solid movie. In fact, there is a Metal Gear Solid reference in Kong Skull Island. Ah, happy birthday, OG. A 3DS, nice. Love a 3DS. I loved playing on my 3DS. Great experience. Okay. This is as far as I've got in a run so far. The first run I did, we got to here and I'd completely screwed up. Anyway, yeah, Kong Skull Island. There is a Metal Gear Solid reference in Kong Skull, a Metal Gear reference in Kong Skull Island. Don't know if anyone knows it. I'll wait to see if anyone can say what it is before I spill the beans. Right, hopefully I can do this room now. So we throw stun grenade there, move to here, shoot that guy. Rorschach spot on. Yes, for anyone who remembers Kong Skull Island, at one point they come across a boat in the river that they fix up and they take the boat down the river. That boat is called the Grey Fox. Damn it, I got that right. I forgot where to throw that grenade. You can throw that grenade to kill... You throw that grenade to kill that guard. That's a real shit because I got this room perfect on with everything else on the way in. I just can't remember exactly where you're supposed to cook the grenade from and exactly when you're supposed to throw it. There you go, like that. This is the guard that Ply suggested choking out and see if you get a ration from him. Yay! Extra ration. Extra ration is nice. Alright, we'll now run back out again. And we run back in again. That forces the elevator to come up. But the elevator's already here. We don't have to wait for it to rise. It is quicker to run in and out like that. Alright. Now for this elevator fight, which is difficult. Okay, apart from I didn't get the last throw and I had to choke him out, that wasn't too bad. The main thing is I did that with 0 damage. That's the important bit. Now, I assume with this camera is random as to whether it will shoot you or not. I have no stingers. I think. There we go. I'm good. I'm fine. I need to. There was a Ply didn't have a tutorial on this bit. I just need to have a look at like the world record to see what is actually done with that bit. At this rate, folks, we might actually have a run. Might actually get to the end, which would be pretty sweet. I'm really pleased with that elevator fight. That took me a long time to learn last week. So to get that down without taking any damage first try was very nice. Would have been even better if I'd got the last throw on the guard, but at this point in my experience, I take what I can get. Raven is a relatively simple fight. It's just it needs to be done well. So here goes nothing. I've already failed. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I was too slow at turning the key to the left. The timing has to be like pretty spot on, but once you're in, you're kind of fine. You just have to make sure that again your timing remains good. So try again. So I'm not looking for perfection in this run. I'm looking for a completed run. Think that's failed because Raven turned around. That time I had the complete opposite effect. I turned too early, and it caused Raven to turn around. Basically, your first shot at him has to hit him head on. You can't miss him. You have to hit him straight away, and have him continue to face to the right. So that's failed because he turned. I was too fast. This is going to take a couple of attempts, but once I get it, it'll look cool. Getting opposite problem. I'm now turning too early. Also, don't need to unequip the grenade. Having Snake at a slight angle has made this a lot easier. That was not deliberate. There we go. That was it. I say once you've got it started, it's pretty easy to keep it going and you'll get it. It's just making sure you've got that initial literal landing. And as I said, having Snake at that angle really helped, but I've never done that before. Whew, still got a ration, which I should probably just use. I might save it for Rex. You get all of your health back for Rex. What? Oh, that was stupid. You are given all of your health back before Rex starts, but a ration might still be useful during the fight. Got the stinger ammo. Getting more stinger ammo is very important at this point. How many? I'm only actually on 5 alerts this run. So we should have the rat, which is really good. Assuming with the alerts on my yeah, I suppose actually all of my deaths have not really come from alerts, have they? I've had 9 continues. As I say, they haven't really come from either vent in yes. Yeah, this is any percent. That's why I'm at this area in only 37 minutes. I mean, if this was the original PC version, we'd have finished. The run would have been done by now. The original PC version is so much faster. The other reason I'm somewhat famous for Metal Gear is I was the first person in the world to beat a version of Metal Gear Solid 1 in less than 30 minutes. I still believe, unless you're doing unless you're cheating and using saves and stuff like that, a legitimate normal run from start to finish, I do believe that any percent VE on the original PC version is still the only version that you can do it on. I think. I could be wrong. I don't think any percent easy. The console will never hit unless there is a PAL key skip. Console will never hit sub 30. PC easy, I don't think has hit sub 30. Ah! Oh! Well, that was unpleasant. At this rate, I'm going to have too many alerts for the Every time this happens, I get another alert. I'm going to have too many alerts for the rat. I should just equip my ration. I equip the ration, and of course, I get it right. But yeah, I've got 10 alerts, so I will get the rat. Which I have not had the rat in MGS1 for a very long time. For those who are unaware, when the PAL key is shot out of Snake's hand and drops down into the drainage ditch, one of two things happens. Either the PAL key ends up in a random spot in the drainage ditch, there's 7 different spots that it can appear, or a rat eats the key. You have to kill the rat, and then when you kill the rat, the key comes out. The rat only appears with the key if you have less than 11 alerts, which I do. The rat is not here. The rat is instead... There he is. There we go. Grab the PAL key. So yeah, the rat only appears if you have 10 or less alerts. If you have 11 or more alerts, the PAL key appears in the drainage ditch. On every other difficulty, we farm alerts in the dock. So whilst we're waiting for the elevator to come down, we have one guard and we just run him round and round in circles. As soon as an alert wears off, we get spotted again, run round and round, wear off the alert, spotted again, and do that so that by the time we get to here, we do have 11 alerts. Because whilst it's random where the PAL key will be, it is the PAL key can be faster in the drainage ditch. Right, we can go and input our first PAL key. That doesn't count as an... Oh, that does count as an alert. Can't remember how many alerts you're allowed. I remember how I get past that guard now. It's like, do I just wait here? I remember what it is. You go up against the wall and then run up. Right, we are now on the rather dull section of simply going and doing the PAL key. It takes a little bit of time. There's a lot of backtracking. It is the holy grail of Metal Gear speedrunning. If a skip could ever be found for this, then the game would be over. I mean, PC any percent would be 15 minutes, probably. But there's no RAM manipulation or anything like. No one has been able to find anything to manipulate the card key in any other way. At this point, it seems impossible. But you never know. One day, something might happen. Someone might just find something that no one had ever seen before. So now that we are in, now that we're back in here, we just got to wait 61 seconds for the PAL key to reset. That's how long it takes. So we'll just go around, grab all of the ammo because we need as much stinger ammo as we possibly can. That's it. And then once 61 seconds is up, I'll double check the PAL key because it's not like I'm going for PB or world record at this point. And for this we cheat. We use live split to tell me when to leave. You can use audio cues. The piece of music that you're hearing now, when the sort of synth starts up for the third time, that's a good audio cue. But we've got live split, and there's no reason to not allow us to just use live split to determine when 61 seconds is up. There we go. PAL key should be frozen, and it is. So make our way back through here again. And up. Yeah. If anyone has any more questions or any particular topics they want to talk about, now is the best time for us to just have a chat. This is very repetitive. This section is like 90% of the reason I prefer Twin Snakes as a speedrun. Don't get me wrong, MGS1 is the better game. MGS1 is a much better representation of this game than the Twin Snakes is. Twin Snakes is a way better speedrun. And as I say, 90% of it is because of this. What program do you use for your controller input graphic? That's a good question. I like that question. I use a program called Input Overlay. Oh, I didn't manage to make it out that one. Is it input overlay? No, I use input overlay for my keyboard layout. I do have a keyboard. Shit. I'm going to just take a death here. I suppose I could have run up to him. Yeah, I use input overlay for my keyboard, which I think I do have something to... I think I do have a button to change it from gamepad to keyboard. It doesn't look like it's working. That was it. Do that. And now go. Went a bit too slow there. Well, it should be fine. I'm going to get up and not get spiked by the guard. Not get killed. No, I use the it's an online one. So it's a browser source. I forget the name of it. However, whilst I use that, I then have a custom. I then use a custom skin. The DualSense that you're seeing there isn't normally available through game. I think it's just called like gamepad overlay or something like that. Isn't available, but there are some artists out there who make custom skins for gamepad viewer. That's it, gamepad viewer. That's what it's called. Yeah, there are artists who make custom skins for gamepad viewer, and that's what this DualSense one is. A custom skin. You just add it as CSS to your browser source. Now, there are guards in this room, and that's how you get past them. This room is just a bit dumb. It's so simple to set up. Once it's done, it's just always there, and you never have to worry about it again. So I don't have to go on the website or anything like that. It's just a browser source that oh shit, I've done that again. That is just always on my scene. But yeah, if I'm doing anything with a keyboard, I use a different program called Input Overlay. And that one isn't a browser source. That one I've sort of... There is a website to, like, make the way the overlay works. It's kind of complicated. I remember there being controversy about Has-Been Hotel and Verbalays. I've heard of Has-Been Hotel. I haven't heard of Verbalays. The only thing I know about Has-Been Hotel is that people have had to warn parents about encouraging their children to either watch it or cosplay it, because it's actually it looks like a really cozy, fun kids anime, and it's not. It's got like really adult themes and adult stuff. Because that camera was shooting Snake as he came up the elevator, it means I won't get shot by it. So it's handy. I think that's Has-Been Hotel. I could be wrong. I know what I haven't talked about with anyone yet. I'm hoping there's someone here who I can talk to about. Has anyone been playing Balatro? Holy crap. It took one game for me to realise, okay, this is why everyone loves this freaking game. This is great and I want to play more of it. I believe they're making a mobile version of it, and Jesus Christ, my spare time is going to go out of the window when that game comes to... Right, 65 seconds in here as well. However, it's slightly longer in here because we have to go through here, and the timer pauses during those loading transitions. Damn it! I think I'm supposed to throw a chaff grenade.
There we go. This run has almost been an hour. Ow. Probably will need that ration. Yeah, so because we've gone through 4 loading screens, we do have to wait a little bit longer than 65 seconds. Also, I took a death, so I've got to wait anyway. So I can use this guard, actually, as an indicator for when I can leave. When he reaches the bottom of the stairs and turns left, the card should be ready. Now. Oh, not quite. Starts walking forwards. There we go. Yes, this run has already been an hour. I believe console any % easy can be done in under an hour. Not sure about any other difficulty. I don't think extreme has been done in under an hour. I could be wrong. I don't keep up to date with them. With a lot of these. Speedrun.com/MGS1. Let's have a look. Any % PC 2023 and console on extreme. The world record is, oh, I tell a lie, 58 minutes and 58 seconds. I need to watch the run and see what happens here. So yeah, it's damn close. It is tight. I should just throw a chaff grenade and just wait, shouldn't I? Instead of pissing her out. Although actually now I could use a stinger. I couldn't use a stinger earlier because I didn't have it. There we go. That's another option. Just use a stinger. I think at this rate, I'm probably looking at about an hour and 15. Obviously, I'd like to try... Eventually, I'd like to get it as close to an hour as possible. By the looks of it on... and I should say, this is only console and... Master Collection that I'm looking at. This doesn't include emulator, and emulator is pretty much the same. Same run. There have only been 2 runs of extreme that were under an hour. If I add on emulator to that, you get 1 extra run. And actually the emulator run is faster. But I don't know whether that's just because it was a better run, or I think emulator is genuinely faster than console. World records for console and Master Collection would not be done on the PC version of the Master Collection. Wouldn't be done on the Master Collection at all. I do believe from the research that was done when the Master Collection came out, one console version still reigns supreme as far as it comes to loads, and that is everybody's favorite, the PlayStation TV, aka the home console version of the Vita. So at some point, I'll be cracking my PS TV out and doing some runs. This is nice it's still really nice to play on official hardware. Yes, for the longest time, the PS TV was the fastest way of running the game, and I think there were a lot of people who were disappointed when the Master Collection came out and it was slower. Though I understand the Switch version is the fastest of the Master Collection versions for some reason. Four minutes to an hour. At least I'm going to finish. And also, I'm not going to use that ration. I'm going to be able to save... Oh, went all over the place there. I'm not going to need that ration. I am going to be able to save it. Still got Rex. Rex is a tough fight. It took me a lot of time to learn last week, but once I got it down, it was really cool and I really liked it. I do have body armor this time, which can help mitigate some damage. And I do have a ration, so, you know, I have played it very safe. Getting better at doing that to that guard. All right, now for the big reveal. In my opinion, the greatest twist in all of video game history. Fight me. I'll fight anyone. I'll fight anyone on that. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. It was liquid all along. Guess she finally made a monkey. Right, there is only one more challenge, really. The liquid fight shouldn't be a challenge. Rex, on the other hand, absolutely is. So, did you get all your health back for Rex, which is nice? Ow. Oh, bollocks. I have screwed this up, by the way. We'll see what happens. That was really poor. But it's a really tough fight. There's a lot to do. The idea with this fight is that you move close enough to it so that it never uses its missiles. Whenever it uses its laser, you go into first person, not in the stinger. You have to just go into normal first person and lean. And when you lean, the stinger doesn't hit you. Once that's done, shoot and move, and that causes Rex to move. We're going to do the same thing in this phase, and hopefully I get it right, because I haven't got... No, I'm dead. Okay, this gives me there is indeed 1 hour. Unfortunately, if you die in phase 2, you do have to repeat phase 1. Let's try this again. I'm going to try and stick to the D-pad. Ow. I should have the body armor on. There we go. I'm a little too far back now. Ow. Okay. Again, this is still not ideal, but I think I've still got my ration.
this is a fight that's going to take a lot of practice to get good. But once it is good, it's going to look really cool. I really like this fight. This fight is a bit of a joke in most versions of the game. It's really nice that there is a version of this which is actually a challenge and there's actually something to it. Still not close enough. I'm going the wrong way. I'm supposed to be going left. You go to the right and then you go to the left. Oh. No! Come on. I will get it soon. As I say, this is only the second session I've ever had with this boss. But I'm sort of starting to get back into the flow of it now. Let's move again. There you go. You could kind of see remnants of it there. That wasn't perfect, but you started to see the movement. It's, you know, dodge lays. The main thing that's difficult with it is going back into the stinger after the dodge. You have to let go of every button and then hit the stinger again. If you're still leaning when you try and go into the stinger, it doesn't work. So the timing of releasing and hitting buttons is very precise. And it all has to be done very, very quickly, of course. I'm gonna die again. No! Again, you can see that it's there. It's just very, very tricky. We'll get there eventually. As I say, I'm determined that I will get a run finished. Be thankful that I've got this extra ration. You shouldn't use a ration in this. I'm a little far away. Perfect. That was a well, not perfect as in time-wise, but I took no damage from that first phase. I missed a couple of shots. It was a little, only by 3 hours. Yes, I have been streaming for 3 hours. So welcome, Paul Baker. Right, can I get the second phase?
as good as the first. I say it's the same thing, you just kind of go the other way. Ow. Let's use that ration. Oh, shit. Yay! There we go. Okay. Took a while, but I got there in the end. That second phase needs some work. I'm moving far too far. You shouldn't be... I got all the way to the other side of the room there. You shouldn't be going that far over. You know, every single phase, you should be getting 2 shots in. It should be shoot, dodge laser, shoot, dodge... dodge machine gun. Shoot, dodge laser, shoot, dodge machine gun. So 2 shots for every, you know, between every one of his attacks, you should be getting a shot in. But it all has to be done very, very quickly. And it's a fine line of, you know, exactly where you stand. Okay. The liquid fight, this should be pretty straightforward. I'm not going to say what happens. The only thing I'm going to say is I've muted my own audio so that I can... You can hear it still, but I can't. This allows me to listen to the rhythm of my punches. If you've never seen this before, hopefully I get this right first try. The difficulty doesn't matter. If you can do this on easy, you can do it on extreme. Just you have to do it for a bit longer. So hopefully I just get it done. Because when it works, it looks really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get it right. There we go. I didn't quite get it right. Liquid's positioning was he was angled the wrong way. You're supposed to have him angled so that he doesn't come backwards towards you. He goes away from you. But I recovered and I finished the fight in one go. So that was all right. And then now we go into... It's very difficult to take a death in here. You're taking a death in here, you're doing something wrong.
Darn, no keys. I got him. Let's go. I got it. Snake, jump in. Snake, hold on.
All right. And now for the escape. I say the escape. There shouldn't be any reason I die in here. It's very, very straightforward. We just have to get out. But yeah, this is going to be it. This is my first ever completed run of Metal Gear Solid 1 Any Percent Extreme. I have beaten Metal Gear Solid 1 on Extreme before. A couple of weeks ago, we did a sort of half casual run of Extreme. I did all bosses. But obviously I already knew some speedrunning tactics that would help, so I employed them when I could. Like, I didn't have to worry about the laser hallway because I know how to get around it.
So yes, I have beaten Metal Gear Solid 1 on Extreme before. I mean, I've speedrun the PC version, the original PC version of Extreme Any Percent at ESA. That's to date my one and only ESA appearance, and that was online because it was still after the pandemic. With this bump here, if you shoot right as Liquid bumps, you can get a quick shot off. It's very difficult. There's only a couple of frames that it works on. That was it. There we go, just like that. He is a bit more tricksy on Extreme. Trying to land shots can be quite difficult because he's very quick to shoot you. There we go. I should have the yeah. Now that I've been shot, I haven't. Once you get Liquid here, you should be able to hit him every time. You shouldn't have to aim. But if he does shoot you, you need to go back. Yep. A couple more shots and we are done. Now time isn't done until the credits have concluded. I will be muting the game audio during the credits because it is a copyright hit. But yeah, I can't remember how long the credits are. They're not that long. So we'll just get through the last few cutscenes. But yeah, so I think this is gonna be a little over 115, but this is definitely under 120. I can't remember how long these cutscenes last. So just waiting for the, there we go. Okay, now I can go and mute the audio. Ooh, so that's it. That is Metal Gear Solid 1 Any Percent Extreme, my first ever full speed run of it. As I say, not the first time I've beaten the game on Extreme, not the first time I've beaten Any Percent Extreme, because I have, as I said, I did it for ESA. But that was the original PC version, which is a lot easier than this. The original PC version has God mode in it. Basically, in that version of the game, you can you have weapon hotkeys. So rather than having to go into the menu to get a weapon out, you just hit one of the number keys across the top of your keyboard to equip a weapon instead. That allows you to very quickly change weapons, and as such, you can interrupt the animation of Snake equipping the PSG-1. So when you equip the PSG-1 normally, Snake goes to lie down on the floor and then gets the gun out and you go into first person. Well, you can interrupt that animation while Snake is crouching by equipping any other weapon, and it puts Snake into a God mode state, because during that animation, you are invulnerable. So because that animation is interrupted, you stay invulnerable and you can skip triggers and stuff like that. As a result, PC is the original PC version, is way easier, because once you've beaten once you've beaten Sniper Wolf 1, or you're past Mantis's room in Any Percent, you just have access to it, and it's so much. If we don't count the credits, it is under 115. Unfortunately, we do count the credits. The credits just... as another advantage of the original, the 2001 PC version, you can skip the credits. I made it for the end and you only failed once. I'd like to believe that is true, but unfortunately the info on the screen doesn't lie.
I have had 17 alerts, 16 kills, 4 rations, 20 continues. For reference, this, of course, I am going to be working towards getting Big Boss. I have never achieved the top rank in a Metal Gear game. I've never gotten Big Boss in MGS1, 2. I've never got Foxhound in Metal Gear Solid 3. I've never got whatever the best rank is in 4. I think it's still Big Boss, but I don't know. You did watch the first. Yes, there was a lot of mistakes at the start. I just put Big Boss MGS1. That doesn't help. Big Boss rank. Let's get Big Boss rank. Beat the game in Extreme. Obviously, I've done that. Finish the game in 3 hours or less. I've done that. Use no continues. I have used 20. Use 1 or no rations. I used 2. So I think I used 2 in the end. Oh yeah. Oh, well, according to that, I've used 4. But that's because across different continues and stuff. So yes, I used 4 rations. You are only allowed to use 1 or none. It is doable, but the only time you can use it is after the first weapon glitch to get through the Tower B. You have to do Rex with no damage. You have to get lucky with the Boba skip, stuff like that. Kill 25 or less. I only have 16 kills. So yeah, my kill count is absolutely fine at the moment. I really don't, I was worried about like killing Johnny, killing any other guards. Really, really don't need to worry about killing guards. I am more than allowed to just carry on as I am. And finally found 4 times or less. I have 17 alerts. I'm only allowed to get found 4 times. Now, in an all bosses run, you're only allowed to get caught 4 times because that's how many times you get caught normally. So the 4 times you get caught, I think actually it's 3 and you get 1 freebie, which is the 3 are the cell guard fight, the cargo elevator fight after the blast furnace, and the and after you first lose the power key. Those are 3 mandatory alerts in all bosses. The Tower B elevator fight isn't an alert. That doesn't count. Oh, no, sorry. Alert number 4, entering Tower A. There you go. On all bosses, there are 4 mandatory alerts, and you are not allowed any more. Now, on any percent, we skip. The only one we skip is the cell alert. The other 3 alerts still appear. So you are allowed 1 free alert in any percent, and I believe the alert that people go for is the heliport. Different section for OG PC version 2023 because the OG PC version is very broken. As I said before, the OG PC version has weapon hotkeys, and because of that, we can make Snake invulnerable. We can put him out of bounds. It completely fucks the game over. The Master Collection version is just an emulated version of the original console. Oh. Whoops! You can skip this. I always forget you can skip that cutscene. I wasn't hovered on the game to skip it. Here we go. We just have this conversation to listen to now. You can have we can have the audio back on now. So yeah, a lot of work to do to get it down, but I do think of the games that I've done, MGS1 is probably the easiest to get Big Boss. I'm not saying it is easy. I'm definitely not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it's probably one of the easiest. I started learning Twin Snake's Big Boss. That's tough because the tank is a right pain in the ass. I did have attempts. Mr. President. I did have attempts attempts at Metal Gear, as in the MSX original Metal Gear Big Boss, but I did not do very well with that. There we go. 1 hour 20 isn't under 120, which is a shame. But 1 hour 21 minutes 24 seconds, 0 saves, 20 continues, 17 being founds or alerts as we call them, 16 enemies killed, and 4 rations. Codename Eagle. But yeah, that is say my first full attempt at any percent extreme on Metal Gear Solid 1. If I was on the original PC version, I could have beaten this twice the amount of time this has taken me. But that is what it is. So is the PC just the Master Collection is just the PSX version emulated. It's just straight up. It's not a port. Well, as far as we're aware, but the way that it plays and the way that it works, it is not a port of Metal Gear Solid 1. It is being emulated on an inbuilt emulator, and I would think that is the same for MGS. I would think that's the same across all Master Collection versions. The best example I can use to back that up is, you remember in Metal Gear Solid 4? You remember when you start playing, you start the Shadow Moses chapter, Act 4, and at the very start of it, you play a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 1 again. That is being emulated. That has not been ported to the PS3. That is an emulation of Metal Gear Solid 1 running in Metal Gear Solid 4. They had to put in a PSX emulator into Metal Gear Solid 4 just to play that section. I believe Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 are the same. In Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence and in the HD collection. And presumably, and therefore I would also assume in the Master Collection version, they are not ports. They are running on inbuilt emulators, and that's not uncommon. I should say that sounds like it sounds like it's cheating, or sounds like that it's not like right or correct. But also, as we are sort of coming to the end, let's do the old swappy. It makes that sound like, oh, hang on, I just need to do the old swappy for the vertical stream as well, because I hadn't set this scene up to match the scene on there. Never mind. It's, as I say, it's not unheard of. It's not emulation for porting games is quite common. The best example I can think of that's outside of Metal Gear is, the Switch's Mario 3D All-Stars collection. So you got a collection of I think it was Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Galaxy 1. Was that the collection that they brought out for the Switch? They're emulated. They're all done on inbuilt emulators. Galaxy might be an exception. That might not be running on a Wii emulator. That might have been ported. It is very, very common because it's a lot easier. Rather than trying to, rebuild code and transfer code from one machine to another machine, you just build something that can make, build something that works on that machine that can run these. Now, the emulator will need tweaks. Every game runs slightly differently, and if you've ever gotten into emulation on any other, on higher spec stuff, PS3 emulation is probably the best example. You know that you have to do all sorts of tweaks depending on what game you're playing because every game is different. It's not unheard of, and it's we talked about this. I think the last stream, last Thursday, about people were asking me what my hopes for Volume 2 of the Master Collection, and I suggested that if Konami plays it right, they could actually have Volume 2 and Volume 3. I think there's enough content, and I think the best option so that we actually get a decent amount, we get the most out of those collections, is rather than porting games, Konami would be much better off building its own. I'm sure it probably already has one ready. A PSP emulator. PSP emulation is what I know it's highly regarded that PPSSPP, the PC, and there's an Android version emulator. In fact, I think there's now an iOS version. iOS have just allowed PPSSPP to go to iPhones. Is regarded as one of the best emulators. PSP emulation's fantastic. I've got a Vita that runs emulation inbuilt. And in fact, actually, the Vita playing PSP games without hacking or modding, it was built in. You could play digital PSP games. You could play on the Vita out of the box, and that is all through emulation. There's no porting or anything like that. There's no extra chip. There's no chip. The PS2 can play PS1 games. That's because the PS2 has a chip in it that allows it to read and play PS1 games. It essentially has a little bit of PS1 hardware in it to play PS2 games. The same thing with the PS3. The PS3 has some hardware, and in the original PlayStation 3's specific laser and optical drive hardware, so that it can read and play PS2 games. That was built in. That's not emulation. The PS3 was not emulating PS2 games. It had hardware, and every PS3 has hardware that can run PS2 games. It's just it can't read the discs, and it doesn't have all of it. There were some Japanese only released PS2 games for the PS3. I own one of them, Ape Escape 3. Ape Escape 3 in Japan, the PS2 game was available to purchase a digital download on the PS3. I have it so that I can run Metal Gear Solid, which is a bonus game in it. But the Vita, to go back to the Vita, the Vita playing PSP games is using the Vita's own inbuilt PSP emulator. So Sony already have experience of PSP emulation. So if they just do that for the Master Collection, Volume 2, then without much work necessary, as long as they just get the emulator working correctly, then they immediately can add Peace Walker. Well, Peace Walker you wouldn't add because you'd take the HD version of Peace Walker. You wouldn't emulate. I mean, they might give you the option. In Master Collection Volume 1, you've had like every option under the sun. You can play any version of Metal Gear Solid 1. You can play any version of 2 and 3. You have the NES version of Metal Gear. You have Snake's Revenge. You can play the English or French versions of the graphic novels for 1 and 2. Goodbye, Donut Eater. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And welcome to the Discord server as well. Hope to see you again. I'll be streaming again Tuesday and Thursday next week. Hopefully. Don't think I've got anything on. Yeah. If they can do... So yeah, if, as I said, we got a lot of different options in Master Collection Volume 1. So actually, there's no reason why they couldn't. If they got the PSP emulator working correctly, they couldn't give us the option to play either the HD version of Peace Walker or the original PSP version. To be honest, I don't think that's worth it. You just play the HD version. It's not worth playing the PSP version on a console when there's already the HD version, but you never know. They could give it to us. But if they did the PSP emulation correctly, then that's immediately Portable Ops Plus, Acid 2. And that's it? Was there another PS... Apart, there was the graphic novels, which were included in Master Collection Volume 1. There's no other PSP games. Obviously, Peace Walker as well, but there's no other Metal Gear PSP games, are there? No. So there you go. That's 4 games straight off the bat that if they get the PSP emulator right, that they can just add to a collection. They don't have to make it and do any work on those games. They don't have to port those games. They're just there, available to play in an official capacity. So that's, that would be my hope for Volume 2. Because that also then gives them time to work on 4. Because, come on. Volume 2 is going to be 4. There's no way it's not going to be 4. if it's not 4, what was the point? Kind of, it's kind of a given. But anyway, that is going to be it for tonight's stream. I'm actually finishing slightly earlier than normal. We usually finish around midnight, and it's not quite 1:45 for me yet. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for joining in. It's been great to see loads of new people and loads of new names. And to be honest, it's also been really great to see a lot of interaction on YouTube. I've been streaming on Twitch now for several years. I've been streaming on YouTube now for about 6 months, and it has its ups and downs. I've added the vertical stream now, but getting interactions from people on YouTube as well today has been absolutely fantastic. So it's nice to know that they are starting to work in tandem. And I hope for you guys, the viewers, obviously the weird thing is that I'm talking to people that you're not seeing in chat. Whenever Donut Eater and Paul Baker have been sending messages recently and I've been responding to them, that's not appearing in the Twitch viewers chat. It's appearing down here. That's why I have this, so that everyone can see everything that I'm responding to. So I hope it's not too jarring, because I think it is starting to work. And I knew playing Metal Gear Solid 1 again was going to bring some people in, because I always do better with Metal Gear Solid 1 than any other game. Part of the reason why I decided to come back to Metal Gear Solid 1. Please, do find me on Twitter, join the Discord server, particularly if you want to keep up to date with all my marathon appearances throughout June. Have a great weekend. There won't be any bonus stream or anything. I will be back Tuesday from 3 p.m. EDT /8 p.m. BST, Tuesday and Thursday next week. On Tuesday, we are doing something brand new. Almost. I have streamed it once before, but it was only a demo back then, because this Tuesday, the 21st of May, is the official release of Pampas and Celine, The Maze of Demons. It is the next game from Unepic Games, the people who made Mini Ghost and Unmetal, 2 games that I already speedrun. Pampas and Celine, I've been bug testing, and I've been making the auto splitter for, so I've already completed the game. I've already played through it before release. I am credited in it. It's my second video game credit, which I'm very, very pleased about. And yeah, it's just going to be, I'm basically going to see if I can complete the game in one session. I roughly know, I have an idea. YouTube chat isn't showing in the box now. It has been doing, but actually you're right, it's not showing in the box now. What's happened? Why has that suddenly stopped working? Lumia Stream, that's got to be a problem with Lumia Stream, which is where all of my chats come from. Yeah, that is weird. It's been working fine, because you can see Donut Eater's messages here. In fact, it's only the last 2 messages from Paul Baker that haven't appeared in that list. If you're watching on YouTube vertical, then the chat does not appear, because there's too much. That would be too much for a vertical stream. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it suddenly decided to stop. Maybe Lumia's just had enough. It's like it's given up. Yes, Tuesday I will be doing my second playthrough, although a playthrough where I'm not stopping every 2 seconds to write code. I'm really looking forward to Tuesday's stream to just actually play and just enjoy Pampas and Celine. And yeah, as I say, I'll see if we can complete it in one session, rather than the 2 months it took me to complete it. But again, that's because I was stopping to write code every 2 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be great. And then next Thursday, we're back on this again. Hopefully I'll get some time in between to practice some of this offline, so that it's not an absolute shit show like it was tonight. But I fully expected it to be a shit show. If you came into this not thinking it was going to be a shit show, then I don't know what to tell you. I tried to warn you. Yeah, thanks all very much. Have a great weekend. Take care of each other, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!